Hello out there in Smithville. Welcome to the June 18th, 2026 City of Smithville Historic Preservation Design Standards and Advisory Committee special meeting. I hereby call this meeting to order. Item number 2, discussion and action. Actually, first, I'm going to back up. Let's introduce ourselves. My name is Monica Poss. I'm the chair of the committee. Let's start with you, Leroy.
I'm Leroy Behrens with the Historical Society.
Bonnie Joplin, Cultural District.
Bonnie, your mic is not on.
Sorry.
Pull it close.
Bonnie Joplin, Cultural District.
Aaron Cornett, member at large.
Charles Dills, member at large.
Michelle Nelson, member at large.
All right, thank you all. Now, if we say something you don't like, you know who to fuss at. All right, item number 2, discussion and action. Approval of April 15th, 2026 meeting minutes. Do we have any public comment? Do we have any comments from members?
I'd like to make a correction to the spelling of my name. Instead of IEYBONNY. Thank you.
I'll send you I'll correct that and send you the updated minutes tonight.
Any other corrections? All right, do I hear a motion to accept the minutes with that correction?
I make a motion that we accept the minutes with the corrections.
I'll second.
All in favor, raise your hand. Motion passes. All right, item number 3, discussion and action. Edward Laveau, Certificate of Appropriateness for the Ragsdale Building. Do we have any public comment? Do we have anyone here to present the matter to us?
Good afternoon, Robert Andrade, City of Smithville, Economic Development Director. Edward Laveau presented a certificate of appropriateness for a simple campus awning with a metal frame. The diagram on page 3 is a proposed awning for on 205 Main Street. It's a 1x1 welded frame with the choice of umbrella awning fabric color. The following page is the actual fabric and the design. The following page is a rendering of what that would look like. It's the front of the building with an awning that comes. That there is the fabric and the design. And then the following page after that one is the actual what it would actually look like. The following page on that would give you sort of a simple idea of what it once looked like. You can tell by the small red circle, and this is as large as I can get it without actually getting it too pixelated. Oh, and right, I don't have it. I don't have it up on screen. It's just what you have in your handouts. It does not have a, it has the similar cloth awning that it had. This would be a picture from the 1920s. You can just barely tell it's in a red circle.
Excuse me, Robert.
Yes, sir.
I've got some pictures here from the Heritage Society I can pass out.
Oh, wonderful, please.
That would, it would probably show a little more of the detail.
So you can see a corner. It looks similar as to what they had before. He's asking approval, and because it's an awning, it's beyond my administrative approval. It has to get approved by you all. And if you look through, I also submitted where you would actually find in the certificate of appropriateness any work, building permit, including demolition. Well, it's in the section of projects projects that require a certificate of appropriateness. It's actually in this section that requires the committee to approve.
Great. Thank you. Um, Does anyone on the committee have comments or questions?
You said that this is gonna be the actual fabric.
It's the color, right?
Right,
Is-
and it's not gonna be, because this shows a
Oh.
pattern different than the fabric itself on the big drawing that she had.
Do you have did I give you a colored,
No, you gave us black and whites, but when you sent it, they were in,
they were in color?
the email was in color. And keep in mind that,
Yes, we have.
yes,
This is the big drawing of what
Yeah,
this is
just-
what it's going to look like when we look at this.
Okay, it's
that's
slightly
really
different.
works, Yeah.
It is similar to what was there beforehand. It's not the exact same, but it is very close to what you once had. All we're asking for is approval that they can go ahead and begin that process of actually putting it on.
I have a question about the frame itself.
Sure.
Know what material the frame is supposed to be? Is it aluminum or
It would be, he did say it would be aluminum.
aluminum?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think that that is not, this is a question for anybody who can answer. Does that matter if the original in the 19th century, it would have been steel pipe? Does it matter that it's aluminum now?
that's really for us to decide.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and generally, we try to encourage applicants to do things that are as close as possible to what represents the time period of the building, taking into account that some things now would be much more cost prohibitive than they would have been in the past.
And you have other awnings that are actually made out of aluminum on Main Street now.
Okay.
More expensive?
Speak into the mic.
Wouldn't aluminum be more expensive than a metal?
Well,
Doubt it.
Iron would probably be a little more expensive and it's a lot heavier as well. So
Any other questions or comments on the committee? Does anyone have a motion?
I'll move that we approve the application with the materials as discussed and in the application.
I second that motion.
All in favor, raise your hands. All right, nobody left to oppose. So the motion to recommend to council that we approve the certificate of appropriateness passes.
now there is a requirement that Mr. Laveau would have to go before city council regarding encroachment. So that would be next. So they will put that on the agenda in July. Okay. And we're ready for.
All right, item number 4, discussion and action. David Harrington submitted for a certificate.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I thought I said it.
If y'all can't hear that out there, it was a pretty funny ringtone. Um, David Harrington is submitted for a certificate of appropriateness for the Bluebonnet Room.
I want to make some corrections. The Bluebonnet is actually one word.
Okay,
It's not 2 words.
are you presenting for them?
No, ma'am. We actually have the applicant here in the room.
All right, would y'all like to present, please? Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa Altmeyer, David Harrington's daughter. He owns the building. I own the Bluebonnet Room. So,
Lisa,
yes.
thank you for the wonderful Will Taylor concert.
Oh, you're very welcome. It was great, wasn't it?
It really
That
was.
has nothing to do with that. He reached out to me and I was a little nervous about it, but he assured me it would be great and it was great. And
It's fabulous.
he
Thank
knows
you.
he's welcome to come back. He is looking at some other places if he comes back, but he is always welcome. If that doesn't work out, he knows he can come back to me. So yes, I agree. It was great. It was fabulous. So thank you for the feedback. Okay, so a lot of people have told me in the 2 years I've had the Bluebonnet Room, y'all need to fix that oval thing up there. It looks terrible. It looks terrible. I couldn't get it together for the first facade grant that the chamber was doing, but I got it together for the one that I found out they've started again. So we have applied for that as well. We are going to paint it as well as replace that medallion. The paint's going to stay the same color, so that's why I didn't include it on there, because we're not changing the color. I like the yellow and green. We are not going back to gold like he wanted to do. So rest assured. But we wanted to pay some homage to the history of the building. I did not want to put the Bluebonnet Room up there because I may not be there forever. I hope to be there for a long time, but I may not be there forever. But the building is going to always be the building. The history is always going to be the history. When he's not here, it'll become mine, so it's still in the family. So I wanted to pay homage to that. My great-grandparents bought the building in 1935. He was born in 1936. So it's been here longer than him with us. So we did a lot of soul searching. The picture that was up there before was Gasly. That was his dream when he did all the research and found that he was really the first person that inhabited our area and really got it started, the community that lives now known as Smithville. So, but with it fading and all of that, we needed to update it. We now got the head thing at the park down there by Berkshire Brothers of Gasly. So we didn't feel like Gasly needed to be up there anymore. He has a new home. We were trying to figure out what we needed to do. So at Halloween time, I took the Chambers tour, haunted tour thing that they did. And I can't remember the gentleman's name that emceed that, but he said, the Bowyer Building. This is the Bowyer Building. And I've always heard it through my childhood. The Bowyer Building, the Bowyer Building. Everybody calls it the Bowyer Building. That was my great-grandfather's name when he bought it in 1935. My grandmother had a dry goods store there, among other things. When they passed, and my grandfather and my dad, they mostly rented it out to other people. And then I decided to do what I did recently. So long story short. So with our discussing, I thought, why don't we name it the Bowyer Building? Because that's not, I think, going to change, because I have children and grandchildren, and we hope that this building will continue to stay in our family. So it just felt right to give the building the name, the Bowyer Building. It does have a date in the picture. I don't have a lot of proof that that was when the building was built, but we have some proof. I brought the wrong book, so I'm not going to show you this one. I can, if I need to send it to y'all, I can send it to y'all. It was a website with other things from Smithville history that it didn't say specifically 1890, but it said before 1891. So I said, let's just go with 1890 because I don't know exactly what it is. And if y'all don't like it, I can cut the date off because it's just a metal art thing that we are going to hang up there. And if y'all don't like it, we can just do the Bowyer Building without the year. I'll have that cut off. So that's my spiel. I have the sign in the car. If you want to see it, I'll bring it in. It's not very heavy. I think there's a picture of it that I submitted, maybe. I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I'll
we
find
have
it.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Lisa before we see if there's other public comment? And then I have a question for Leroy. Okay. Did you say there was a public comment?
I have.
Okay. Thank you, Lisa.
Sure.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah.
It'll just be a second. So there are other items on there, not just the sign. There's a repaint with existing colors, repair any damaged wood if necessary, remove any faded medallion, remove faded medallion and install new custom metal sign. So in addition to the items that, the one item that we're talking about with regards to the Bowyer Building sign, we would also, we're also asking for approval for repainting with existing colors, which is typically administrative detail that I could approve. And then repair any damaged wood. Again, I could approve that, but the metal sign made a difference. So this is actually asking you all to approve the entire item.
Thank you, Robert. And for our purposes, we're just going to assume that you'll deal with the administrative approval items, so we'll just discuss the sign. Leroy, do you have any information from the Heritage Society about the date of construction of that building?
Offhand, but do we have the book in it now in my car?
Lisa, do you know if that's the book you were referring to?
I have then and now. Yeah, there's a lot of things in here about it, but it doesn't have anything specifically of when it was built. I looked
Okay.
all through here, but what Dad had was a website that had some Smithville history. I can try to find it real quick.
No,
on my phone.
that's okay. As long as just hang on to some documentation of that. And
I have it, I just.
we don't need to see it right now, but if
Yeah.
you would please just send that to Robert at a later date so it's in our files.
I can get it to him tomorrow.
Perfect. Yeah, because I'm believe you.
Yeah.
We just want to have it in our files.
Okay.
Any questions or comment? Does anybody have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the metal sign.
I second that motion.
All in favor, raise your hand. Okay, nobody left to oppose. Motion to approve, to recommend to council approval for the certificate of appropriateness passes. Thank you,
very
Lisa.
much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, no. All good. Thank you.
All right, item number 5, discussion of the Texas Historic Commission's First Street Initiative for Downtown Smithville meeting on June 2nd, 2026.
Again, Robert Andrade, Smithville, City of Smithville. I just wanted to give you a quick update on that meeting. We had a good number of people come. We estimated we had some people come and go. About 70 people actually attended. It was a good conversation. We did discuss the item that was in question. The one item that affected us directly was the First Street Initiative. There was a second component to it, which was the Derelict Buildings Initiative. That's an ordinance proposed by City Council. I wanted to just cover the First Street Initiative. The discussion was lively. We did a simple asset evaluation to determine what we feel like is what we have in our community. But the second part was more important. We're actually going to conduct a survey of our community properties just in the downtown historic downtown area, the historic downtown commercial district. I have it the other way around. We are going to begin that in the next 10 days. We'll be doing an evaluation. It's a simple evaluation of buildings from the outside. We'll take into consideration not just the structure itself, but we'll take note of the sidewalks, the roof, the building all the way around it, and the building conditions. So that begins. We'll have a somewhat of a report by the 1st of July. Would love to be able to share that with you at some point in the future. But this is our movement towards becoming a Main Street program in our community. This is something that the City Council has asked us to do. So this is exactly what we're pursuing. I just wanted to give you a very small and somewhat brief response to what had happened on the 3rd. Does anybody have any questions, or anybody that participated want to make comment? Bonnie? No?
I have a question
Sure.
about, are in these businesses, a lot of them are gonna need grants. Is there anyone that can help some of these businesses get the grants?
Well,
Does the city have anybody at the present?
We're actually, it's a good question. We have a city council member in our in the building. We are actually looking at hiring a grant writer to pursue those things. First, we have to do an assessment to determine which grants should we pursue. So by doing an evaluation of each of the properties, it's better for us to know which grants should we pursue among all of the buildings that really need assistance. So we'll do our evaluation first, and once we've done that, we'll know which grants we need to apply if need be. Then secondly, it's also helps us with making good decisions on which direction we want to go, whether I'm of the mindset that we incentivize businesses or building owners to make improvements rather than use the stick approach. But there should always be some sort of a stick as a backup. But I firmly believe that we pursue the carrot approach, where we incentivize and see if we can help these buildings improve. And certainly grants is a good way to go. There are other opportunities. And when I speak of incentives, we can offer abatements, tax abatements that might help offset some of those early costs. If you're not having to pay a property tax, you can hopefully invest back into your building. So those are opportunities. We're not committed to anything yet, but at least those are things that are on the table. Does that help? Yep. Anybody else? Yep. Good. That's it.
Thank you. No other questions? All right. Then I believe we are at item number 6, which is to adjourn the committee meeting. So we are now adjourned. Oh, to adjourn. Oh my God, I have to move to adjourn. Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
I second the motion.
How do we negate a motion? Because I just realized we need to set the date for our next meeting.
Oh, okay.
But, so we can't talk about a date for the next meeting once we're adjourned. So anybody want to withdraw their motion?
We haven't voted.
I withdraw my motion.
Thank you. And that was my bad for not thinking about this beforehand. I think our second quarter meeting is already set in July. I believe we set that at the last meeting. Given that we just met, I'd like to propose we push it to August or September, because by then we might actually have somebody who's submitted a certificate of appropriateness or something else, another reason to meet. So what do y'all think about a September meeting?
If I may, Chairman, some thoughts that you might consider. We are going to have some reviews regarding our First Street initiative and some responses, and I'd like to be able to share that with you. You do have a prior project that never really got off the ground. There's 2, actually. One with photos that we were going to take. I believe there was a project with Jose that you all were going to pursue. And then in the last conversation, last meeting, you all actually had a item that you all wanted to follow up on. And it was on looking at historic district residential, that you wanted to get some comparisons in other parts of the state or the other communities, that you wanted to actually have that discussion. So if you do table till September, just remember that those 3 things we would love to be able to have that discussion.
So I can give an update on the photo thing you mentioned was actually something that started literally 2 years ago for preservation awareness. And it was going to be little write-ups that were hung on all the doorknobs downtown, and that didn't seem like much exposure. So we switched it to videos that never got made. But at this point, I have 4 of the 9 videos done. I've had trouble getting all the committee members to respond about their videos, but I'm going to just be a nag. And so we will get those done. But I don't think that there's a whole lot of urgency there, given that, I mean, I want to get it done, but it won't make a difference whether that's July or September. Do you think that there's anything critical you'll want to report in July that wouldn't wait until August
No,
or September?
we're going through budget over the next couple of months. When we firm our budget regarding economic development, which includes money that would be pushed towards this effort, I'd probably like to share it before they approve our budget.
Okay.
And our budget will get approved in September.
So
So-
what about August? How about an August meeting? Is everybody good with that? Okay. All right, then let's meet. Typically, it's the second Wednesday that we meet. So the second Wednesday in August, does anybody have a calendar on them?
Got my my culprit here.
Okay. And then in the meantime, everybody, please just be looking at what other small towns have done for residential, protecting their residential historic districts. All right, so we'll set that for August 12th, unless we someone submit for a certificate of appropriateness before then. All right, now we can talk about adjourning.
I make a motion that we adjourn this meeting at 5:29.
I second it.
All in favor, raise your hand. All right, we are adjourned. These were helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.